Hey babes, let's do a monthly faves, likes, dislikes, and I'm actually here. I've accumulated it in this SIMIHAZE bag, and which seems to be a faulty one because this is how it closes. You have to go like this, which is very inconvenient. Like, it does not just close like this, but the bottoms are on the outside. So it gives it, I mean, it does give it a, well, probably a cooler look to it. But, yeah, however, let's start right there. And, so I get this bronzer in oak. It's called, let's see if this detaches. It's actually, it detaches so easily. So I don't know. Someone claimed it was hard, but you have to twist it. I guess that's the secret. This is the Skin Suede Melting Bronze Balm in the shade Oak 03. And this is what it looks like. And there's a very specific reason why I wanted to try this. And usually I wouldn't have gotten a pressed. It's rather a blurring powder. It's called Soft Blur Moisture Lock Setting Powder. And I'm actually a bit intrigued. It looks like your regular Makeup Forever Super HD, that sort of thing, but Super HD by Makeup Forever. I remember it being very, very drying and very oily skin friendly. And this is the Moisture Lock. But I feel like there could be some substance to that namesake. So this is what it looks like. It's this one. It comes with this teeny tiny puff, which this these felty ones are really great to actually help a powder to blur your texture. It does not come with a mirror, which I find pretty odd, since this would be more likely the thing that you would touch up with, yet a mirror is in this guy. Luckily I have both, so I will just switch them right now. I guess that's just a benefit for a loyal customer. And I'm not sure if you can still tell. I used this mini blotting thing and put it on here today. Yeah, I think it does still look blurred compared to the other side. The effect was more dramatic when it's freshly applied. It's not bad at all, I will say that. And what else did I want to touch on about these? And you know what else? Let me tell you, this is 4.5 grams. This is 4.1 grams, and I don't know. I got these for 20 bucks each. I find it's incredibly affordable for what you get. I think they're both made in Italy. This is top-notch quality, and it's in purpose, in function, in innovation, in design. Honestly, I have not looked into this brand because this does not speak to me. Original Charlotte Tilbury, this oxblot, these just simple but elegant, sleek compacts. This is what speaks to me. So I'm a bit more conventional in my taste and not, I don't know, into this postmodern kind of artwork piece. but they feel very nice and interesting. They're lightweight. I like that. Also, original Charlotte Tilbury is lightweight and does not have this nonsense pretentious weighted stuff going on. You know, I hate that. So it's sleek, it's still very interesting, and it's not my preference, but it's still very aesthetically pleasing and fun. And you know, I feel the same way about the Lisa Eldridge packaging. It's, while I really like this classy elegance of it, this rounded design itself, this did not speak to me at all when it came out. What speaks to me is that it's lightweight, no weight added. It's tin, or what is it? Is it? I'm not sure about that, but you know, it's sleek, it's elegant, it's just classic. It's, yeah, that's what I like. Things that put me off more would be, you know, Natasha Denona palettes like the I Need a Nude one. I couldn't bring myself to get this palette for such a long time because of its design. The gold one I got because, you know, it's a happy medium between classic aesthetics and this one. But so let me not lose my train of thought here. And it reattaches really easily. Now, yeah, I will switch them around to have the mirror with the blotting powder. Not that I am so super organized that I would blot down my texture a few times a day. It would be nice if I was this person, right? Always touched up and perfect. But I can switch them out and pretend that I will be. I will not demo this bronzer today because I got it, I tried it. It's still very creamy. It does have creamy substance, even though it then applies and dries down. I think it's quite comparable to the new Westman duos. So I asked, oh, I'm so sorry, dear. It's not about you, it's about me. My mind is so cluttered. I'm really bad at remembering names, so I will link your channel, and yeah, we'll link that video down below. So I asked her which one is more blendable, smooth, and so on, and she said that this SIMIHAZE bronzer is more blendable, skin-like than the Westman. Another reason why well, I have two other reasons why I won't get the Westman, at least not now. One thing is the coconut in it. Now, I've given this some thought, you know. You know how much I'm opposed to especially shea butter, but also the coconut oil became a problem when I used these cream products by RMS. I loved those cream product quads, you know, with the Living Luminous and so on and so forth. But I did notice that I got, you know, a little congested, bumpy skin. And I know that that was during winter time. And I think the problem, or the reason why many people wouldn't have issues like this with shea butter or coconut oil is when you use these creamy products during winter, understandably so, you walk outside and temperature is below 0 and your face is actually freezing cold. Coconut oil and the shea butters, they solidify, and I think this is when it really congests your skin. If you are in a hot climate, I can see how this issue would not arise. And you would think, well, your skin temperature is always above that solidifying room temperature thing here for these products, or these ingredients. But as I said, you walk outside and your face is freezing cold. So this is when these ingredients that I chose to wear during the winter time for extra hydration and, protection, when they became a problem. So the irony in this. So even when there might be a chance that if I wore this coconut oil, I think it's some derivative. It's not plain coconut oil in a Westman, but it's equally, I think, at 15 degrees Celsius it solidifies as well, versus normal coconut oil at 24 room temperature. It needs 24 degrees to liquefy. I know this sounds so technical and boring. Where was I going? Yeah, I thought maybe if I really wore it during summer. It is a cream product, but it sets. So it would be appropriate for hot months, and it's not glowy creamy like I would also prefer it for the winter time. I think there are better products like the Say cream bronzer, or I haven't tried it, but the Mario is so popular and I think it's good. It also has great undertones, especially for paler winter skin. It's less problematic as soon as you're medium golden. You don't have as many issues with bronzers pulling to orange and these things. Actually, I have two more reasons the Westman to avoid the Westman. I'm still mad that she came out with this limited edition, limited edition and website exclusive Huff and Puff blush duo, because it spoke to me. I really liked it. But then I visit the website and domestic customers get free shipping, and I'm aware that you have to give it a higher threshold to offer free shipping for international customers, but I'm used to other brands doing that, like Pat McGrath did it, and Rhode, and so on. And even Tanielle J, that Aussie makeup artist, now trending with Aussie Glam Bronzour, she's offering free international shipping from Australia. I mean, of course, you still have to deal with taxes when it comes in, but she offers free shipping, and she's obviously a much smaller and much more affordable brand. And that too, these to me are just signs of integrity. You get a decently priced product with 30 grams of product, and you get fair deals on it. Of course, this Westman compact is more expensive in its design and making and quality. That may be, but this is not the only reason why. Yes, so this is pretty annoying to me, and yeah, I'm very petty like that. I am. And so the fourth reason, every time I've seen this Westman duo, this is actually not a oh crap, this is not a favorites anymore. I think I have to do another video for this. Okay, let's just stick to this whole bronzer theme then, all right? Yeah, every time I saw a demo, right, with the first demos of the Westman duo, I couldn't help but noticing how patchy it looked. Every person trying it said they loved it and it's beautiful, but I saw that it looked so much patchy compared to their regular products they wore. You know, content creators that look uh, impeccably beautiful and perfect in complexion, and then you watch this and you see this does not look so good. And then I also noticed I will link her in the info box because I'm so bad with names. Um, or can I remember? I cannot remember. I'm so sorry. But she swatched them, and these set quite fast. So I think this is the reason why you would get issues quickly with this looking patchy, with the Westman duo looking patchy. The Soleil one is quite peachy rosy, which I think this is what the Say bronzer is serving for me. And the light medium one in Soleil de 2 or whatever is quite warm. So I don't know if I would give in out of curiosity. I hope I won't, because I don't think I would be very happy with the product, besides wanting this beautiful blue this beautiful blue compact. So let's, oh yeah, now to the reason why I wanted to try this. You know, it's called Suede, and it has in its name that it would apply, it's a cream. Sorry, it's a cream, and it would apply like a cream to powder formula. And this is a limited edition bronzer by Catrice. It's called, it's a shade CO2 Future Oasis. It's a deeper one of two. Both of them are pulling quite warm, a bit yellow in undertone, I would say. Nonetheless, even now on my pale winter complexion, I can easily make this work. Using a light hand, it still looks very natural and beautiful. I have nothing like it. I have nothing like this texture. You know, let me grab that one. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Bronzer. This is also quite it also applies quite dry in comparison to something very creamy, you know, glowing from emollients type of things like the Say or the probably the Mario. I mean, I know the blush formula, which is almost identical, so I kind of know the product's consistency. So we know more kind of cream to powder feeling consistency. I also know the Ton de Chanel and this one, and you know, I know a good number of products that act like this. Nothing compares to this consistency. I feel like, let me hold up the ingredients. I feel like it needs to, don't mind my nails. I know, wait, I did it wrong. Can you see? I think this is a silly attempt. Maybe I should just link it. Well, however, it's very silicone heavy. It's the thinnest, silkiest, smoothest. It's not blurring, but it's such a great consistency. It's the best compromise between a powder and a cream. You know, you want a more, maybe you want a more skin-like finish, nothing powdery. Of course you can, for example, the Pat McGrath bronzers or the Hoola bronzer, they are rather thin, and they apply in a very thin, how do you say, they are very hard pressed, and they build slowly. They apply a very thin layer. So when you use that and just spray down with a luminous setting spray, you likely get a very comparable finish. Nonetheless, this is this in one step, you know what I mean? So no shimmer, nothing, just skin like, super thin, not adding any any body, you know what I mean? Even when I use other cream bronzers, the say it's very beautiful, but it adds some some body, some product, you know. There's nothing with this, and it's such a great formula. I know some of you really hate drugstore makeup. I don't. I have so many, and I have another product coming in this favorites, but this is probably going to be a different video or a separate video. Nothing compares to this texture. I will be a good girl and not get another one or the other shade. I don't need that, but if you can get your hands on this, I got this from Notino. It's from last summer, but it's still around. If you can get your hands on this, try it. It's so good. If you are very fair, you probably will not love the rather yellow undertone in this. I use this with a rather dense but soft angled synthetic brush, one that I usually use to apply powder blushes. Precisely the angled powder brush in the 5-piece Catrice set. This is such a, I love these brushes. I admit I don't have any fancy schmancy Japanese ones, but to be fair, you should not compare natural bristles to synthetic bristles, right? So let's start there. When I compare it to a brand like Hourglass, that uses synthetic bristles, it's the very same quality, super soft, perfect. I should list it in the info box. I mean, if you can get this, try it. It is so unique. It's absolutely unique. I honestly hope that this would be like that. But this applies like a regular cream, but does set dry to the touch. I would call it like this. So it's not the same. It's, compared to this, honestly, a disappointment. This oak shade is also more yellow in undertone in its base than this one, even though this is the deeper shade. So I'm only able to wear this when I'm darker. Still really like this little duo. Maybe even the powder would be the unexpected winner in this one. So highly, highly, highly recommend this guy. This one has, does it not say how much? I think I ripped it off. I think it said on a sticker, which is very smart to do it like that. I don't know. I mean, it's not important. It's dirt cheap, right? So let me do a separate video for my actual favorites and just finish this whole bronzer topic. So right now I am on the quest to find two things. I want to fix my inner corner situations. I'm not sure. Today I almost feel like I'll just go back to the way I usually did it, which is I wear my normal Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation most of the days because I also love the Dolce & Gabbana cushion, but I have to be a bit how do you say that? A bit. Even in my last video, that's the exact word I forgot. Why always when I'm talking? I use it sparingly, all right? Okay, and oh, and then another reason is that why it's additional SPF is a win. Okay, now I'm this is going too far. I have to talk about this in a different video. Let's just finish this stupid bronzer topic. Yes, I'm on the quest to find a high coverage blurring concealer only for this little space here to actually cancel out the deepness here. Maybe I will not find or like this because so I usually use my foundation, also use it here. And the nice thing about only using the Beautiful Skin foundation, now let me tell you the nice thing about only using the Charlotte Tilbury is it might only be light coverage, but it is light coverage and it leaves very beautiful, healthy looking skin. You can't really tell that I'm wearing foundation. And also it stays in place. It only started really staying in place. This does not look very flattering, right? It only started staying in place when I started using the e.l.f. grip primer underneath, which is in this bag as a favorite because it's only been a discovery. I always accepted to dab off, you know, product gunking up in my little wrinkles here, just dabbing it off all day long. And now that I'm using the pink e.l.f. primer underneath, the blue one is with perfume, with fragrance. Now that I started it, it stays all day locked in, no creasing at all. And then I would mostly use a blurring matte eyeshadow formula, use a light shade in the inner corners, and that works actually pretty damn good. And I feel like I will go back to this because today I used this Hourglass concealer in shade 2.3 Willow, which is a I took a very long time to get this because the shades are so hard to pick. Their pictures are completely misleading. I think once I ordered cotton and it arrived as a white, very yellow white, and it was completely not for me. This one is a very, very light but neutral shade. I think the next shade would be Silk, would be mildly more rosy, which also would serve this purpose well, but I don't think this is going to be a long time love because today, this is the worst side. My darkness is much worse here. Also the, you know, I don't know, it's also that my this side here has more volume here as well, so it's more darkness, more indented. Also this eye is a bit has some unpleasant texture here. This doesn't. Okay, this is my good. This is great for mascara, but this is better for for darkness and such. So I today I tried this. I gave it a fair chance. On both sides, I put just a very tiny amount with my fingers in the inner corners, which works all right and does the job. Not as pretty as a blurring light eyeshadow, I would say. This is one thing. Another thing is I wanted it to be a blurring matte to also take away the dimension of this depth. You know what I mean? When you would blot with a very blurring powder, and it also cancels out when it's indented or anything like that. It did not do it. It actually looks quite luminous. It's neither is it full coverage, even though I really did my best to retain the product by using my finger. I tried it yesterday with the original Hourglass concealer brush, and that looked like crap. Like crap. I will admit, maybe my skin prep was not perfect, but I didn't like it with the brush at all. So that was a dry, cakey, streaky looking mess. So now with my fingers, this is all right. Given also in the inner corners, the skin is very smooth. There is no texture at all here. It's just the darkness and how deep it's, all right. And then I took the residue of it, only the residue of this concealer, and just used the tiniest amount here, tiniest amount here, and tiniest amount here. It was not able to, I have very mild hyperpigmentation spots here. It was not able to cover that. Now you might say, well, you did not use a lot, but you know, even though I only took the residue on my finger, this creased while not barely wearing any product of this, creased so badly as if I had a lot of product here. So here I have one line. When I laugh, one line that appears real quick here. When I wear the grip primer with the Tilbury foundation, this is not happening anymore. With this, immediately. And another thing is, remember, this side isn't as dark as this one naturally. So it did not cover, it just enhanced creases in my skin that aren't actually creases, you know. Not good at all. Not good at all. Yesterday I also put it on my eyelids and it looked horrendous. No, I think using the e.l.f. grip, the Tilbury, and then for very seriously darkness, a light blurring matte eyeshadow is what works best for me and my preferences. I know, I have a feeling that people who choose high coverage makeup with heavy layers of it prioritize different things. I think it will look like makeup, but they prefer it looking immaculate and perfected in pictures, and you know, but up close in person it looks like a lot of added texture because of this makeup and because of the high coverage. I don't think you can achieve this high coverage, canceling out any imperfection without sacrificing